Welcome to the Heretical Podcast. This is episode 23. Today we're joined by mostly the normal group now, except Jake had to go to work. Tried doing an episode earlier, but it crashed out. So here's to hoping that we can actually finish an episode. We only got like 19 minutes in last time or something like that,
12.
and it all crashed out and we lost it.
Just 12 minutes.
Woo! Yeah. 12. Well, it said 19, but when you go in there's only like 12 minutes of footage, I'm pretty sure, or some shit. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It was a 19-minute podcast, I think. I don't fucking remember. It was something dumb. Point is, it didn't work. So, we tried again. Earlier, we didn't have ice, and we had Jake, and then it crashed, and now we have ice, so we're going for it and seeing what happens.
Hello.
Yep. So, episode 23, mostly the original crew now. Well, second original. Shit, I went over this earlier. God damn it, I fucked up. I was supposed to bring that back up.
God damn it. Why are you bringing up old things?
Because, shut up! I thought about it earlier. I was like, welcome back, we got the original crew, and I thought about it, I was like, wait, no, that's not true, because the original would have Tanner, and Tanner's not in it, and then I was like, well, it's the new original crew, and then I was like, well, that wouldn't work either, because now Ice isn't here.
Hello.
So we just said, fuck it, and I give up, and I'm killing myself. Bye.
Alright, so... this... You want to talk about Mystery Dungeon?
Oh, yeah, let me hit it off with the Mystery Dungeon again. So... if anybody knows, I said this in the earlier one. Actually, I don't even think it caught this, so it doesn't matter anyway. But, so here we go. Back when I had a little tired earlier, they put out Mystery Dungeon DX for the Switch. It's a remaster of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue, basically, with some new mechanics and quality of life improvements. Different, textures and everything. It had... Damn it. It used to have, like, old 2D graphics, I'm sure, if anybody's played it, or if anybody remembers the old games from, like, 2006 era and shit. It wasn't very pretty. It was always just pretty generic stuff. But, so, they redid it. It's pretty cool. Looks good. It's like instead of being 2D stuff like, it was back then, it is, now, a 3D watercolored style, kind of like Okami. And it looks really good, actually. It's really cool. Very enjoyable to play. I've very much enjoyed it. My wife and I are both playing it. Kind of competing in it, actually. Just seeing who can do better and get, farther, faster while getting all the Pokemon and shit. Just kind of standard competition stuff in games like that. So we're just having fun. And, so it looks really good. Like I said, graphics definitely improved with a 3D watercolor. Very fun to play. They've had a little changes here and there. It used to be, if you remember the old one, if I remember it correctly myself, I think. It used to be when you go to the dojo for Makuhita, you just basically picked the dungeon to go through, and then you just went through like a normal small dungeon to level up. That was about it. Well, they actually changed that now, and it's no longer what it is. It's now based entirely in, like, a ticket system. You get these dojo tickets, as he calls them. And, that is how you, that's how you basically continue your, like, leveling up in it. Oh.
How much does it cost?
But, $60. It's full price. But, it's, still a $60 game, but it's a lot of fun. Like I said, the little mechanic changes or something, but not a big deal. But, yeah, I very much enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun with them, like level 20-something in it so far. But like I said, it's basically just the same game remastered, but it's a new quality of life. It's got the ticket system. Like I said, you go, I had a way better explanation earlier, but now I can't remember half of it. But, it is, like, you basically take it, and when you have to fucking, like, go into the dungeon, you get these little, or the dojo, you get these little tickets, and when you use them, it does a couple different things. There's the bronze ticket, which gives you 50 seconds with really improved XP gain. It goes from, like, a normal, you get, like, 30 XP a kill in a dungeon or something, you get, like, 200 or 300. Then when you get a silver ticket, it goes to 55 seconds, and it goes from that 30 XP a kill to, like, 300 to 400. And then I've only just now actually gotten a gold ticket just a little bit ago, right before we started this, and that actually is a little different as well. It's I think it's like 60 seconds, and I think it's like a 400 to 600 boost, somewhere in there. I'm not really sure, I haven't gotten to use it yet. But, it's something, that's for sure. And, it's really cool. very enjoyable. I've been having a lot of fun with it. They also added Mega Evolutions. That's the other addition to it. So I've been really enjoying it. A lot of fun. That's about all I really got. I can think off the top of my head.
Sounds like fun.
I would like to, as much as I would like to add to this conversation, I actually never played Mystery Dungeon before.
Very
Neither
fun.
have I.
It's a dungeon crawler, but a Pokemon. Take Pokemon and throw it into a dungeon crawler format. It's really good.
Yeah, I've never been too much into Pokemon myself. I guess I just never got into the games growing up.
Fair enough.
Let's say I got into Pokemon really late. I started on Pokemon White version on a DS.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I started.
Really?
You started on the white version?
Yes. Yes, we get it.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun though. So I guess Josh, what do you got?
What was that?
What do you got for a topic?
Oh, so we didn't talk about this last time on the last podcast, but there's a new addition to Siege coming out with the next update. It's theater mode, so you can go back and rewatch old matches. And I think this will be a good thing to go back, rewatch your matches, see what you can learn from your old matches, or see what you did wrong. Or you could go back and catch cheaters. And then there's also the other plus to it is like great for content creators like Russian Badger. They will really probably use the shit out of this. And I think that's all I gotta really cover on that. I think we've talked about most of Siege's new stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, we've pretty much covered all that in the last podcast with orcs coming out and all the new changes.
Yeah, okay.
Recruits.
And speaking of changes, there's something I actually want to talk about, and that's the what the fuck's it? Breakpoint. Breakpoint's new rework coming out, and I believe it's coming out March 15th. It's a mode called the immersion mode. They haven't released too much about it, but the main thing that I'm actually really excited about is they're just getting rid of gear score. Gear score is just being thrown to the wind with this thing. And basically, if you find any gun you find early game, it will still be viable in end game. Which is so nice because the way it is now, it's played like a Diablo game. Any new gear you find, you have to fucking ditch your current gear and use that. It's annoying because if you find a gun you really like and really enjoy using, it's got good attachments on it and this, that. But if you find something with a higher gear score, you gotta fucking pitch it. There's no real choice.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Like at one point, I used the sniper class, and at one point I couldn't find any fucking snipers. I didn't have the credits to buy one, but I was just stuck using LMGs and assault rifles. It really kind of fucked the game. And then for like, people like Will over here, you just did not like the game in general because of it. Right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Anything you want to put out on this?
Are you the one watching the podcast?
No.
I actually agree with the same way with shotguns. Because with me and I love my shotguns and all. I just feel like they could do like with way more damage. At least more damage output than it normally does.
Yeah.
And most situations of the time, there's not very much of a use for it, anyways.
Yeah, it's like so, and also open up more areas to players that just want to roam. Because if you don't have enough gear score and you go into this other place, it just fucks you.
Yeah. This fucking game has changed so much.
Yes, it has. Well, I don't know, because I kind of just start off like this, but...
I've never seen it, but yes, it's changed.
I've never seen this side of the game, but yes. Driving to the woods. My phone is dead. On the corner, you see him.
But
I love him.
this is just substantially different. It's so weird.
Right.
You used to have to put all these things on like your back, like the wind turbine you'd put on your back, but now these ones are different.
You can put a wind turbine on your back.
Sure.
Ow!
Just aim it towards your back. If you have space available, of course.
God damn it.
You're suffocating, Josh.
I do not like that feature.
Who disconnected
I do not
my
like
thing?
how they changed that.
There you
That
go.
would be me.
Dang it.
Yeah, there's definitely things I don't like how the right trigger just snags anything nearby.
That's why you hold LT down, because it's more precise aim.
Yeah, I got a spot in my backpack, but I cannot put this in there.
I'm not sure if you can put it in then, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't think you can anymore.
That's pretty dumb.
So there's a couple changes I'm not a big fan of. I don't even know where you're finding half this shit.
Here, follow me.
Yeah. Well, that's all the stuff I really had on topic.
Alright, so you got anything special?
Honestly, I really don't.
Yeah, we didn't really fucking prepare anything.
Nope.
Well, I guess I could bring back an off-ball topic, which honestly I hate myself too, but for some reason, okay, I uninstalled Fortnite a while ago. I hated it.
Yeah, this is a bad topic.
It really is a bad topic, but we're running out of ideas. So, I hated Fortnite with a passion. But just recently, I uninstalled it. Not reinstalled it, because our friends, friends bugging me to download and try it again, saying that it changed. And after I did, I actually started enjoying it again, because I feel like the gunplay was actually much more smoother. Like, it didn't seem like that people that could build will automatically win no matter what, because they can build better. And that people, you see like people that were more novices will actually have much more of a chance compared to what it used to be.
I still won't touch it. It's a battle royale. I fucking hate battle royales.
I think. How do you sell this shit?
Don't know.
Don't know. We keep finding debris ourselves. But... But
This game has changed too much. I don't think I can actually get back into this.
Yeah.
I will say the one game that all of us have been enjoying is Cuisine Royale.
I haven't gotten actually a chance to play that yet.
Yeah, you fell asleep, remember?
Oh, right. Well, you're in for a treat. Pretty much, the dumber stuff you do in Cuisine Royale, and the more you proceed to not care about it, the more you actually have a better chance of winning and actually having fun in the game.
Oh?
We were in a game, okay, we were playing squads, and one guy took us out all in one go with a pan. He went in with just no armor, just a whole lot of speed, and killed us all with a pan.
Hmm. Sounds like Pan's OP.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, but it's a lot of fun though. Game's good. I've enjoyed playing it. A little bit goofy. I have 4 viewers for some reason. I'm a little confused.
How's that?
Oh, you're one of them, then it's Logan, I'm one. What's with this fucking tree? I really wish I remember how to play this fucking game. Oh, I also just wish it was fucking straightforward like it used to be. Ain't got a goddamn thing going for me here.
Yeah, the game's kind of really changed a lot.
Yeah, I'd say. I don't know how to identify shit anymore is the other problem.
Yeah,
This game just makes me want to play Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, I never really got into that much.
I say
I know you didn't.
Research terminal. And you have to power it somehow.
I feel like you have to be able to, like, there's got to be something for salvaging.
I don't know.
Especially because we have a fucking totaled car right by our base.
Yep. All this stuff we're pretty much learning on the fly. Let's see.
So you started this thing to build a platform and it didn't fucking work.
Oh, I never confirmed the build. You just ejected one of the shells. There you go. Now hit Y on the thing. Hit Y up here. And... who disabled the power? I don't know, there goes.
Say, don't fucking drown me.
Drown you?
Yes, drown me. Yes.
Fair enough.
It's a very rare case of disability.
So what else do we got? Anything special?
Any new games coming out? Besides, well, there's Space Engineers we could talk about. That's coming to Xbox
Oh, yeah,
really soon. Space Engineers is a fuck. How would you describe it?
Pretty much what we're doing, but a lot more complicated.
Yes, and you build your own spaceship, and you fucking travel the galaxy.
That's quite interesting.
It's about as simplistic as I can put it.
Yeah. There's not many other ways to put it, really.
Yeah.
Oh! That... No. What's here? I don't even know where you find these compounds, man.
The compound is the gray balls, as I like to put it.
The blue ball looks gray.
Or sorry, resin. I need resin.
Oh, resin. That is also over
That's
here.
like the orange cylinders.
Oh.
Here, how many do you need? I got one on me.
I was just gonna put one because I was gonna build a small platform for, or like some kind of platform for fucking things. I guess I don't fucking know. How do you get power to these machines?
You can build a small generator by because the crafting system's on your back. Hold B to pull up your backpack, and then the blue arrows. You can actually change what you want to build. I accidentally just built 4 type of bundles, but no, still, God dang it.
Do you have to put them on a platform thing to make them work?
No, they can immediately be put on the ground. But the problem is it needs organic compound for it to start working.
Oh.
Yeah, so just set it down, and then you just start harvesting some grass.
That's how you get it now.
Yep.
So it's the green stuff that we need to fuel it.
Yep. And eventually we need to start finding more more like they're called bytes. Like you hold Y to scan them, and that actually helps us
Mm-hmm.
unlock research. And we can research new things to build by once again our backpack. And there's like a little left handle. I think it. Once the little
Mm-hmm.
left handle, you pull out RT and it pulls up your research. All the things that are
God
purple.
damn.
All the things in purple we still need to unlock.
How do I get to this page?
Wow,
Uh,
Logan left us.
Oh, back button. Is that what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Um,
I
So I need a research chamber built, right?
yes.
This game should have been a fucking trial run before we streamed it. Jesus.
yeah.
I know what the fuck I'm doing.
It's fine. This is perfect.
This is how we felt last time me and I played this.
At least you only died once of suffocation compared to the multiple times we died.
True.
So how do we put power onto all this shit?
Good question.
Good question.
Fair enough. So, I can't remember. Anybody got any other topics at the moment? I can't fucking think of any, honestly. I'm like drawing brain dead here.
Same.
Same.
Well, except, I guess I got maybe one topic. Has anybody watched any esports lately? Because I haven't seen like any esports competitions going on, or else I'm really just that blind.
Who fucking took away my oxygen?
It's good. It's good. I just moved it.
Don't let him lie. But,
I don't really pay attention too much to esports.
I don't know. I don't watch it too much myself either. So this fucking big large printer doesn't have power. Presume it needs to go on a platform.
And I say the large printer needs to go on a platform in order for it to actually start working. Nice.
So this game was changed a lot, and this game gives me an aneurysm now because I don't know how to play it.
That's the point about this game. It's about exploring, find out what you can do.
And killing yourself.
That too.
Agreed. This is all about it's all about the adventure, everything like that.
Fuck yourself.
Fuck off with your happy bullshit.
Is there... Oh, god damn it all.
Resident
It's the
Evil,
fucking
it's coming out later.
Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently, I guess like there was a big mix-up or something, where a lot of people were confused about release date on that. I know
Yeah,
Will
that was one of them.
Yeah, I know one of the YouTubers I watch, he does like old game reviews, and he was like, he put out a thing like, at the beginning of the month. He's like, "All right, going to do a speed run of the old games, of the old Resident Evil 3, in preparation for the new one." That's coming. And the thing is that coming out in 2 days. Like, no, it's not. Buddy,
No,
you're wrong.
What do you mean? How do I use my tethers?
Down D-pad.
Down D-pad to drop.
Oh.
I'm bringing something back. I have no idea
Oh, I
what it's
put
used for.
I hit Y.
This is kind of the clusterfuck kind of podcast where we don't know what the fuck we're talking about, or don't know what to talk about.
Exactly. Ooh, extenders. What are those?
Well, because mainly nothing new's been really going on gaming-wise.
It's true. We're
for the
kind of just
community.
waiting on games.
Yeah, it's
Mystery Dungeon came out. Animal, whatever Crossing will be out not too long. It's
Doom
same
will be
thing as
out.
Doom.
Yeah.
Doom will be out soon. Yeah, you got that pre-ordered this end.
To be fair, though, I actually rather prefer that we wait this out rather than immediately start talking about topics. Because because the reason why, because like you actually give game developers a chance to actually actually get a chance to
No,
work
that's
on
what you
things,
meant.
make things right. Yeah.
What was the one game creator said? A rush game will be forever bad, but a delayed game will be good, eventually good.
Something like
Something
that,
like
which
that.
isn't always true, though.
True. It usually ends up better than what it would be as rushed.
True.
Yeah.
Hey, I found a bunch of resin compound over here. Resin over here.
Yeah, there's always different ends to that. It really just depends. Because there is definitely some who do not do a good job.
Just Dying Light 2 has just kind of been fucking a dead zone for information too.
Oh yeah, baby. Wouldn't want any good information, would you?
I think the last thing we got was middle of last year. It was like a 30-minute game,
Probably.
gameplay thing.
Doesn't surprise me. I'm still not quite sure what the plan is with that game exactly. I don't know. Is it a continuation or what's going on?
It's, well, I don't know. You can't really canonically continue after the ending of the DLC.
Isn't there 2 endings to the DLC?
Yeah, I don't know which one's the canonical ending. I know one of them is you fucking nuke the entire area.
Mm-hmm.
No, never got time to think about it. Actually, do got a topic to talk about now.
What?
Yeah. By the way, how do I use an oxygen filter?
Just put it on your back.
Yeah, put it on your back.
What's it do?
It automatically uses. It empties the filter instead of like if you're not connected to a tether, you'll still have oxygen.
Fair enough.
But
Continue.
the topic I have to talk about is timed-based missions and how they suck.
It's a thing that can really fuck a game.
Because we just recently experienced, we were doing a couple of missions for the Doomsday Heist in GTA. And thankfully hasn't done it to us yet, but every time you die, the time still continues. It gets to the point to where, like, we still have a whole lot of mission to do, but we have people that keep on dying, or somehow really stupid stuff happening. AKA,
Or things keep breaking.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Anyways, that and also sometimes the game would end up bugging out too, and the plane decided to do a barrel roll 1 meter off the ground.
It was time. You don't understand.
But I feel like games should really not take a mission-based time. Like, yeah, it rushes, as it helps people, progress the story and all that, but sometimes people prefer to actually, take the time to actually explore the game, actually recognize the detail that you guys solely worked out on, and, give a chance to actually observe it. Instead of saying, hey, here's a paying moment, alright, hurry up.
Hey, come on, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet? There's no time to stop and smell the roses. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks. It's like speed painting, but like, with not really talented people.
For drugs.
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
I guess that's my little rant.
So bad at this.
I remember back in Battlefield 3. Does anyone else remember the co-op missions in that game?
I never played Battle.
Which one?
Oh wait, no, mind. I played. Yeah, I remember the co-op mission.
Not Black Ops 3. Battlefield 3.
Yeah, Battlefield 3's co-op missions.
Sorry. There was a few of them that.
Creation.
The few of them was like fucking annoyed the shit out of me because it was some of them were like super fucking fast. I think it was the last mission had super fucking fast QTE.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It's like as soon as you kick down the door, It would be a
Yeah.
fucking QTE. You have to get it right or the mission's failed.
Just like that.
I fucking hated that mission so much. It took me and my buddy like 10 to 20 tries.
Uh,
If you're gonna have QTEs, make it fucking manageable.
No. It must be ridiculous.
Split second thinking.
honestly, that's kind of. I feel like you just really started a debate on that one, like, because would it like more quicker QTEs make it more realistic, or
True, but it's a game. You don't. We're here to enjoy a game.
and just leaving a harder difficulty? There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Damn it.
And then there's
Game's
the
gonna
other
give me a
argument
fucking
of
aneurysm.
like, so some games that fucking survive on QTEs, like Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider has a
Yeah.
crap ton of QTEs.
Resident Evil, maybe not Resident
That
Evil.
too. Oh, didn't the older ones have QTEs?
Which games?
Resident Evil, fucking Boulder punching Chris.
Yeah, the older ones did have QTEs. Well, certain ones did.
The only thing I remember is just the fucking scene where Chris is punching a boulder into a river of lava.
It's realistic. Check them out.
Fucking tree trunk arm Chris.
Another
Needed to be done.
mission, time-based mission, or not even that, just time-based game was Dead Rising 3.
How do we get bites?
Bytes are located around all over the place. You find them, hold Y on them, and house research. But Dead Rising 3, it'll get to the point to where if you don't do anything, or if you're spending
All of the Dead Risings are that way,
yeah.
except 4.
But if you take too much time, just messing around doing fun stuff with your friends, the game will force you to move to a mission or a side mission or something. Or if not, it actually gives you a horrible endings, like, due to the response of something, 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 we decided to nuke the whole place. So, due to the response of me not doing anything or talking to some old man about trading, we get nuked for it.
Well, on that one I disagree, because that's actually what Dead Rising was built on, was doing your stuff on time for certain endings.
Because the first game was, you had to get through, get all this shit done before the helicopter arrives. Your pickup helicopter arrives.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to do all this shit so you could get out on time and alive.
Yep. Because it was based on your, it was based on, like, what was going on and everything, and that's how you progress to get the proper endings.
And
I
2
actually
was
preferred those.
Dead Rising 2 was, well, the military was coming in and you had to do all this shit before they arrived.
Kind of all of them were that. The first one was the military was gonna firebomb Williamette. So your job was to do all this stuff to try to get out, so yeah, you go through that. Then eventually you start escaping through normal means in the first one. Spoilers, by the way. You start escaping through normal means in the first one, and then, as you're escaping, basically shit goes really bad, and, you have to fight, like, a military colonel or some shit like that that has a fucking tank. And then the second one was kind of the same thing, you don't do your stuff or whatever, then bombs happen.
If you don't,
like that
also,
stuff.
there was also, what was her name, Millie? Or
I don't remember.
its name? If you didn't get her Zombrex, like, every hour or so...
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She would be turned to a zombie, and that would be a thing that happens, and you would get a bad ending if she dies.
Mm-hmm. I gotta put fucking power in this to unlock it? Okay. God, this game is so fucking hard to play now.
It's the learning
There's some games
experience.
that do it good, some days games do it bad.
What's that, Ice?
It's about the learning experience.
Not when you learned it in the past through all the bitch and time that it was to fucking lose it now. It's not a good learn.
It's like going from year 1 Warframe to year now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's suffocating.
Me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's also another thing I want to talk about is games like not really losing their way, but changing so much you kind of don't really recognize them.
That is true. But
I have no problem with change, but I do think severe things like that to the point where it's so changed, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, well, it might just be because you haven't seen the game in so many years. All the updates have changed it. Kind of like us coming back to Ashenir. It's changed so much through updates. We just haven't seen it. The progression.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of just time skip to the where we are now. And I kind of went through Warframe and know it's been with all the updates and all the changes, and seen the progression. It's a lot. It's like Warframe has definitely changed a lot. It's like one of those good examples of a free-to-play game that builds off of the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay, what the fuck is this giant ass thing, Ice? What do we do?
I don't know. We've also been trying to figure that out as well. I think if we power it up enough, it'll work. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's what I kind of figured.
And another thing that I kind of want to talk about is games changing for the bad. It kind of really
That's happened a lot.
Yeah, I kind of want to just bring up Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
That really strayed from its original path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say Resident Evil 5 and 6 really strayed from the path. They kind of went
yeah.
straight action.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, they strayed pretty far. They went to straight, like, action-y routes, which was kind of off-putting. I think 4 was their last super good one in order, and then you had, well, the other 2 remake, which was really good itself, but... God. No topics. Why is nothing going on?
What other games have kind of really strayed from the path of what they were?
Ooh, okay, this is a good topic, I think. I think we can go somewhere with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so games that broke the are we looking for bad breaking the trends or
Like,
good, or are we looking
like
for
Resident Evil 4 to 5 and 6.
Okay, so we're looking for bad trends that got broken. Okay, I can dig that. Let's see. Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When it went to the Advanced Warfare shit, where it had the jump packs, that was a really bad transition.
Mm-hmm. They jumped on the
that.
Titanfall bandwagon.
Yep. So I think that was a bad one. I feel like that was. Let's see, that's a pretty major one.
I know there's a bunch of games that have done this.
I think the problem is they try to look for something unique, but that's still like to the same of what they usually do, and that someone kind of breaks it. For example, Black Ops 4's Blackout mode. They try to create a battle royale, but that was somehow unique to theirs, which is nice at the start, but then after a while, it started turning into a quick base, pretty much just a regular team deathmatch.
Yeah. COD has just always been like one of those games where it's like, how can we change to be relevant and not just focus on ourselves?
That's true.
I think if they stayed to themselves and they focused on themselves, they would have good games.
Which I kind of hate, but I think that's the reason why Fortnite's still surviving, because they kind of kept to themselves, even though they kind of
they're not entirely. They're kind of
more
they
just
take
the
pop
free
culture
rip-off of a very popular title.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of also kind of keep branching off of pop culture. What's popular in culture right now, is that they try to implement.
Yeah, they seem to be kind of sticking that route.
I mean, they do it well enough.
Ever will.
It maybe is like a kind of copycat thing, but they do it well enough to make it their own.
Sort of.
Sort
How do
of.
I make my fucking gun go to the invert style?
We don't know. I think we're still trying to research that. I have no clue.
Yeah, Call of Duty has kind of been the more forefront of just really changing their game drastically.
Mm-hmm.
They've kind of gone back to what they've done. What they're good at is boots on ground, just normal shooter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No fancy wall running, no fancy exosuits, superpowers, blah blah blah.
True. I'm trying to think. I can't think of any other titles. I mean, I guess if you really want to go to it, there's Battlefield 1. That technically was kind of a bad transition, I'd say. Though it succeeded, I think that was a really rough one to go through. And not exactly a good transition, because it went from pretty standard tanks, helicopters, and planes, and, well, jets, I guess, technically, but whatever. It went from tanks, helicopters, jets, APCs, stuff like that, to unarmored cars. Not really any form of an APC because they died way too quickly to just bullets. And then they had tanks that were barely tanks because they really just sucked ass. So it became just a lot of combat, like foot-to-foot kind of stuff,
game
which
is
wasn't bad.
Battlefield,
For Battlefield 1.
Oh.
And then there was the horses, which were a superb fucking garbage input in the game because they were
stronger
utterly
than
useless.
vehicles.
Would say they were utterly useless when you were doing anything like normal with it, but when you use them, I should have finished what I was saying before because I made it sound like I was just going to say they're bad. But when you use them as a ramming device or like just shooting at the horse, they couldn't be stopped. They could out-ram anything, but they could never be killed. So like no matter what you shot the horse with, it wouldn't die. But the horse was like a terrible attacking thing if you were actually trying to use your sword. So you would just use it to run people over, and that make it super obnoxious, because its body concealed you pretty well if you're running straight at someone. And if I also remember right, I think there was a bug with it, is when you shot at the rider, it would actually target the horse anyway, even if you were hitting the rider. It would just hit the horse, if I remember correctly.
I think you put this in here.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, I think.
I think it was something like that, though. I'm not 100% sure.
Seems like it fits.
What the hell happened here?
Wait, does that need a different?
That needs power.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's the panel.
Oh, got it. I got
Doesn't that
it.
need power?
Not exactly sure.
Looks like it's researching. Battlefield, definitely lost its way. They kind of also, another thing they
It
also
wasn't the
did was
worst thing, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like god-awful, but
yeah.
it definitely had some,
The one thing that kind of irked me, I know people, there's nothing wrong with this, but it's gone away with from what they're more of a realistic one type game, I'd say.
Which one?
Battlefield. They used to be like a more like historic, realistic game.
Oh, yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now with the Battlefield 1 and and Battlefield 5, with pushing women soldiers, nothing wrong about that. It's just not really what happened back then.
Mm-hmm. A lot of push for scenarios that weren't really as relevant back then, which was kind of, eh.
It's just...
It's not a good way to hit about it.
Yeah, it's just, they went PC. They try to push modern day politics onto World War II game.
Mm-hmm.
which just doesn't work.
Nope.
The most thing that, not trying to be sexist or anything, the most thing that women really did in World War II were factory workers.
Some medics.
Some medics, and probably in communication,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't really front line.
There was some frontline stuff, but those were like rebel ones and stuff like that. But it wasn't really a prominent like the game was making it seem.
Yeah, they
And
weren't.
that's just. I mean, that's not a problem in an alternate history game. But when the game's like company is made their mark as being like a fairly historically and realistic thing, because that was like their competitor thing to Call of Duty, is that they're realistic and more historically accurate. Kind of tosses it out when you go that way.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job with the Battlefield 4. That was a hit game.
Yeah.
That game was so much fun. I wish they would just go back to that. Like, I understand when the game released, at that time, like, historic shooters like World War II shooters were really booming. But it's just hard to keep interest in it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And when was the last time they put out new content for Battlefield 5?
I'm not sure.
I feel like it's been a while. And I don't think I've heard anything about them working on a new game.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Honestly, I don't fucking remember the last time. I haven't touched 5 in a long time, other than they did the Pacific update, which was a
Alright.
good while back now.
That was an alright one.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't great. What you doing there?
Looking. Another game, I don't know what technically Battlefield Hardline will fall under.
That was... that's hard to label for me, at least.
If
that was a bad take, but it was not a bad take at the same time.
It should have been a DLC for Battlefield 4? Did it come after? Did it come out after 4?
It came after 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it came after 4.
I feel like then it should have
But,
been just... It was a DLC-sized game.
Mm-hmm. It was very fun.
Oh,
But it should not have been... I don't think it should have been a Battlefield title. It should have been a
new PI. IP, I mean.
IP, yeah. It should have been a new IP of cops and robbers type shit. In that case, it was fun.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I remember from Battlefield Hardline was the fact that you could drive a couch.
America! Fuck yeah! Yeah, it's just... A lot of game companies, they kind of started straying away from what they used to be.
Yeah, that was a... That's for sure, and that was a big, heavy thing.
One thing is kind of like... What happened to the Tony Hawk games? Those used to be so relevant.
Times change. Fortunately for the worse.
This has been a very bland podcast. There is not shit to talk about.
No. We're kind of just reaching for straws.
Yeah, but like I said, just really not much has been happening in the gaming community.
Or gaming industry.
It doesn't matter. You see how I'm throwing a fit here? Hmm? Fucking... Yeah, that's right, I went there. Taking this with me. But, God, is there really anything else? I just snuffed this.
VR is...
Right in a minute here.
VR
VR, yeah, there's one to step into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We went down to Kalahari not too long ago. I don't think we went over that much, but Josh and I played some VR. They had a big VR station there with a game called Zombite. That was a lot of fun.
Oh god, it's like basically it's a tower defense zombies.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a lot
We
of fun.
couldn't really
That. It was
use
really cool.
we couldn't really use the crouching feature of the game, which you were supposed to.
Yeah, the way the cables were set up at the station were a little
too tight.
Not on the great side. Yeah, they're a little too tight. So when
It was either too tight or too
duck
like.
under like a saw blade.
It was either too tight or too wound up.
Yep. When you had to duck under these saw blades, it would smoke you in the fucking head anyway because you couldn't crouch because if you tried crouching,
it would pull
your
headset
fucking headset off, even if you had it tightened and everything. So yeah, it kind of sucked in that part. But aside from that, it was really fun though. Really enjoyable on the other ends, like shooting the gun and everything. It was really enjoyable, really cool. Looked really good.
It's kind of cemented both of me and Lily's decision on buying a headset and buying like a VR system.
Yep. Josh here, you're getting the Index, correct?
Yes.
Yep, and I'm looking to get the Oculus Quest because Josh has a nice computer and he's all fancy schmancy, so I can't afford to do that shit right now. I do not have a nice fancy schmancy computer that can run games super well. Well, Josh on the counterpart does. So
I don't have a
the
computer
Quest,
at all.
which is a. Oh, see, there you go. There's our 3 stages. We have our stages of good, not that great, and not at all.
Non-existent.
Yeah, so Josh has a good computer, so he can actually use like a proper VR that connects to it. I cannot do that because I am just, well, not in that fortune.
One game I will talk about though that I do find interesting with VR, Boneworks. Boneworks is.
I'm actually getting that for the VR because that game looks so much fun.
Isn't that the one where it's gravity-based?
No,
physics-based or some shit like that, where you're shooting people and everything, right?
Yeah,
really,
but it's
really
like it's more like it used to be used as a tech demo for the Index's new controllers. Where because the Index controllers are finger tracking and grip sensing. So like, the tighter you grip the controller, the tighter you grip an object that you're holding in the game. Like, if you loosen your grip, it loosens your grip on the item. Like if you're holding an axe and you want to loosen your grip so you can slide, like, so you can drop the. Say you're holding the axe at the bottom of the handle with one hand, and you loosen your grip so the head will slide down closer to your hand. You can do that by just.
I feel like. Oh, sorry.
By just like loosening your grip on the controller a little bit.
I feel like that's going to have a counter problem though, because you're going to start doing like loosening your grip and stuff. So when you go to throw it, you might loosen your grip all the way and let the controller go.
Oh no, the controller's strapped to your hand.
Yes.
Still, strapped to your hand or your wrist.
Hand. It goes over
okay,
your hand. It's in your palm. It's strapped around your palm.
Okay. Okay, that makes more sense, I guess.
Yeah. That would definitely be a problem. Just fucking yeet the controller into the wall.
Yeah, I was going to say it might cause some issues. That's really cool. Yeah, the Oculus Quest is not going to be that advanced in it, but that's...
It seems like the Oculus is going toward that direction.
Yeah. I said there will be stuff. They're actually working on it right now. It's just that it's in beta testing.
If you press X, you could probably walk faster.
But yeah, that's all in beta testing right now for the Quest at least, so like the finger tracking shit and all that. There's actually a feature where you can do it with the Quest without using the controllers. You can just use your fingers, which is kind of cool. But the problem is it's got to be able to see it in the sensors, which is where a little bit more of the issue comes in. That's why when playing like games, positioning. That's where some of the issues come in, because with sensors being on the front of it right there, if you're trying to use the finger tracking, you got to look at your hands more.
And also, another thing I feel like is happening is VR is becoming more and more relevant with gaming nowadays, which is awesome.
I'm really hoping to get a VR headset within the next few months if I can, but it's like $600, so it's not likely, but we're gonna see what we can do.
Black Friday's
always Pavlov and Onward.
Black Friday's always an option.
True.
Yeah, that's, a long time away.
And that's before...
have it before you guys come up.
Yeah, it's before the thing. I would love to bring my computer up, but I don't feel safe doing that.
Blade of Sorcery. Can you do Blade of Sorcery on that one?
I'm not
sure. On the Index, yes.
Well, he will, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you had just like normal access. The Quest is a little different.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff coming to Quest. It's not all released, but there is a thing called side loading that you can do for a lot of games. That's where That's where Pavlov and Onward are right now because they're not actually done for the quest. They have a little issue. I think it's the friends system that they're working on that doesn't work yet, but
Yeah.
whatever.
The index
Something with
runs
that.
off of Steam. Any game that's on Steam can be played on the index and HTC Vive. The Oculus is run by a different company. It's not partnered with Steam or anything like that. They run their own thing.
Yep.
Which I think Oculus
But-
is technically partnered with Microsoft.
That and Facebook, I think, or mainly Facebook, maybe.
Yeah.
But, with that also, though, the other counterpart being that, you can still, it's not that you can't use an Oculus with that, they just have their own website stuff, which is how the Quest and shit works.
Mm-hmm.
The Quest isn't all based in, using that. I mean, you can do that with, like, the Rifts and stuff, or if you use the Quest, you can connect it to a computer and use it, but that's not what it's all based in.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we could probably cut this here.
Yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our rambling of fucking topic hopping junkiness.
Yeah, there wasn't really much to say. As I said, there hasn't been much going on, so it's mainly just biding until some more stuff releases, like Doom and everything, then I think we'll have some more topics to run about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yep, I guess that's it. So, anything else, anyone? Any special endings, any ideas to end off on, or no?
Nope. I've got nothing.
Ice?
Nope. Mic is muted.
Okay. Well, then I guess we will cut it there, so thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and, well, what we call podcast this time, even though it wasn't shit to go about. Whatever. I hope you enjoyed whatever we do have here, and, have a good one.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.